And so, why do people come to breath work? I have an app called Breath Tech. You can find it in the App Store and online. And part of that app is I have what we call the 8 paths. Why people come to breath work? And actually, there should be 9 and even 10 paths, but we haven't. I haven't added them yet, so that the app contains the 8 paths. People come to breath work for physical healing, physical wellness, well-being, blood pressure, asthma, headaches, pain, and physical, you know, uh, just well-being, physical health. They also come to breath work for psycho-emotional health. When we first, I had a partner, Ilamanga in South Africa, when we built this app, and I wanted to have a separate path of psychological and emotional. But it's always been a policy of mine to surrender to a woman who loves me. And so she wanted to make it emotional healing. And so people come to breath work for psychological and emotional well being and healing and resolving psychological and emotional issues. The next one is personal growth. Breathwork attracts people who are into lifelong personal growth, personal development, becoming better humans, right? Um, Sports performance, a lot of people coming into breathwork so they can run faster, have more endurance, lift more weights, or be a better tennis player, a better golfer, and it works. If you take the 10 top tennis players in the world, for example, those people in that elite level, all of their skills are so close. They're basically all equally good. But on any given day, if one of them got a little more sleep or has a little advantage, they're going to win the day because the skill levels are so close. On any given day, somebody with just a slight edge, that's enough to win the day. Right? Um, and so a lot of people coming to breath work to get that little edge, give them that edge in sports performance. Another place it's being used is in business performance. If you're a CEO, you want to have charisma, you want to have personal presence, you want to be able to control a room. Um, if you have an important presentation, you need to be in the zone. You need to be able to handle the butterflies in your stomach. You need to be able to project your voice. And there's so many things in business that breathing really helps. Making connection, developing rapport with other people, uh, confidence, and so on. So that's another path, business. Another path is healing the healer, helping the helper. A lot of healers, body workers, psychotherapists, counselors, not only do they use breath work in their practice, but they use it for themselves. If you're a healer, you're taking on other people's energy. You better know how to clear that or you're going to get burned out. And so that's another path, healing the healer, healers and helpers. And creativity is another one. Artists, entertainers, any kind of visual artists, sculptors, musicians, any kind of art, breathing for creativity. Breathing awakens creative energy. You can learn to use your breath to channel creative energy. And so creativity is another path. And the last is spirituality. Breathing is an authentic, genuine, and maybe the original spiritual path was breathing. Look at the word inspiration, expiration, respiration. The root of that word is spirit. That's not an accident. And in all of the ancient languages, the earliest languages, the word for life, air, God, it's the same word. Um, And so breathwork is a pure and powerful spiritual practice. And a lot of people come to breathwork. That's why they're there. That's why they're here. They want to awaken to their own spirit. They want to connect to God. And the breath is a bridge between the conscious mind. Not only is the breath the bridge between the mind and the body, it's the bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. It's a bridge between the conscious mind and the divine mind. And so, which of those paths appeals to you? Which of those paths can you imagine you could apply breath work towards? Which would be the one at the top of your list?